Want to keep up with the latest in GT Productions activity? Then join our Patreon today. Patreon users will get early access to our videos, and even perhaps some sneak previews into what GT Productions is working on while getting episodes out. Our Mizari clan members will also get a chance to download our original soundtrack composed by Julian Alwyn Wilson. Hey, that's me! Don't forget also to like and subscribe to the GT Productions channel, as it helps us make a chance of things and a future for you hardcore viewers. With that said and done, enjoy the presentation! The following presentation is not suitable for younger audiences. It contains bad language, violence, and even touches up on sensitive subjects. Viewer discretion is advised. Auxillary the Grand Tour is property of GT Productions. While certain BGM and backgrounds are not the complete property of the series, other tracks, backgrounds, drawings, characters, and the entire plotline of Auxillary the Grand Tour belongs to Brett Keenan Evans and GT Productions. Please respect the following and do not use for intended gains. Thank you.
Change. We're stuck in our ways. See the blood, witness the rage. Our demons have broken out of our cage. The innocent are victims to this. The sinful ones have become vengeance. It's too late to find another way. This battlefield is dismay. Clear the way, it's a battlefield now. Time is ticking away. Clear the floor, lay the souls to rest. Well, it's not a game, but an open portal to hell.
Of course. Yeah, I will, father. Don't be sorry. It's not like we could have known ourselves. See you soon. Au revoir. No luck with your father, huh? Sadly, his hands are tied. He may be the leader of the country, but he's still under the authority of world government, and their word is law. He can't do anything officially. He could create a stir within the forces, but that's about as far as it goes. The military and police have all got one objective, and they won't be swayed, lest there is another act of terrorism committed elsewhere. Thanks, Pierre. And I'm sorry I dragged you and the others into this. If anything, I should apologize. What I did to Naomi was inexcusable on my part. World government blackmailed me. They know things about my father that would destroy his credibility and lose his presidency. I should have been stronger-willed. Water under the bridge as far as I'm concerned. If we can't get out of here and they decide to storm the place, it won't matter anyway.
I'll admit, as a child growing up, I came to value you as my friend. My best friend. But then as we got older, you started taking that friendship for granted. You used me. You betrayed my friendship. So, we can consider this getting even. But I'd be lying. You deserve far worse. I hope Brett kills you. Then I will enjoy the notion of watching him die as well.
I just can't believe this is actually happening. I always wanted to be famous, but not like this.
It's alright, Naomi. We'll get through this. Right, guys? Oh, come on, guys. You could at least pretend to be hopeful. Fuck. Damn it.
Do you have any idea on what to do?
Nothing in the slightest. I can see the head of the militia speaking with the head of the police force. My bet is they're now planning a raid of the building. It's been long enough to know we aren't making demands or threats. There's too many down there. I'd say close to 300. And I'm feeling drained. I should have figured world government would throw us under the bus like this. I should have got us out before Victor made his decree. Fuck! Can I do anything right?
Guys, I have something. Somewhat. My personal pilot is still on board with me, and he says that he has the jet fueled and ready for us. But we're going to need to get to the airport somehow. The better news on that front is that the airport security there is lax because of most of the forces being here right now.
Yeah, great. First we need to get past the barricade of people. Who's this?
Brett, it's Soda. Are you guys doing okay in there?
Soda? How did you get this number? No, forget it. I'm glad you called. We're stuck inside with no way out, and we think we're about to be raided any minute now.
Well, I might have something to aid you guys. You see, outside my school and tournament life, I helped my father in pyrotechnics, making fireworks and whatnot. I've managed to rig a few cars a few blocks out with some makeshift explosives and have them set on a timer to go off. If it works, it might create an opening for you guys to make a break for it. But on foot, it might prove fatal. So you'll need to think of something. You have 5 minutes before they go off. Good luck.
Alright, we need to find a way out of here. Soda has set up explosives a few blocks down that might drag attention away from most of the forces. But shit, I don't know if we could do that. They will be armed and most likely fire on contact. We have 5 minutes to think about it.
Hey, wait a second. Wasn't there a competition going on in the second lobby? A chance to win a car?
A 2026 Frodo Hawk. Yeah, that's right. I remember, Naomi. That's brilliant. When the bombs go off, we'll use the car to break through the wall and make a break for the airport.
Well done, Naomi. Great thinking, sis.
It's a 5-seater, and there's 7 of us.
Well, it means someone or two people are going to at least need to ride in the boot. I know the Hawk's a pretty decent boot space. Brett needs to drive. He's probably our best bet in terms of driving fast and aggressively to get where we need to be. I'd rather not put any of the girls in the boot. I don't mind personally, but...
Oh, god damn it, I'll get in the boot. It's about as much work to you guys as I am.
Taking one for the team. Appreciated. Alright, let's get a move on. Craig, Jamie, Pierre, what are you guys going to do? We'll create an added distraction. If Soda talks about bombs, we might be able to make a scenario that could draw them to more of one side of the building. Right. Thanks, you guys. You didn't have to help us, and you did. Good luck. We'll meet again one day. Stay alive, my new friends. Now, normally under normal circumstances, they would never leave the keys out in the open. But if I know my way around in the past, I wouldn't be surprised with... Ha! And they wonder why car theft is so high in these parts. Okay, 2 minutes guys. Get in, belt it up and brace yourselves. Ray, in the trunk.
Hey, this is quite roomy.
You sure about that, Josh?
We don't have time to argue on the matter. You guys will need the room for this anyway. Besides, I can't handle your driving. If I can't see it, it won't be a problem. At least in theory.
You ready for this, Lace?
Always.
Lower your weapons. That's Francois's boy. Are you guys hurt?
No, but we have a problem. They place bombs around the joint, even inside. There are still people alive in there, and the bombs are expected to go off soon.
Fucking hell. Alright, men. They must have slipped us somehow. Alpha team, go attend the explosions downtown. Bravo team with me. Charlie team, keep the perimeter surrounded.
There they are!
Alright, here goes.
Fuck! Delta team, they've taken to the road! It's a silver 2026 Frodo Hawk! License plate Alpha Golf Tango Papa! I repeat, 2026 Frodo Hawk, license plate Alpha Golf Tango Papa!
This is Castel Leon from FRN News, live on the scene. As the now most wanted criminals on the planet, known as the Kasangi clan, have just made a daring escape from the Arène du Dôme d'Impulsion after setting off explosives just down the street from their very location. There have also been reports of bombs being placed inside the Arène du Dôme d'Impulsion itself. But I have just been told by my sources these allegations are actually false. We can see the car being driven by, it appears to be, Brett Keenan Evans, speeding down through the streets of Paris at unsightly speed. It's been a good thing the streets have been clear of traffic and personnel, or else a fatal accident could well be in effect here.
God damn it. We're on the news as well? We're never gonna find a moment of respite, are we?
Wow, deja vu.
Yeah, no kidding.
Delta team here. We're on tail of the convicts. They just engaged speed now over 150 kilometers per hour. Permission to proceed.
Approved. We have reason to think they're heading to the airport, so if you can't keep on them, find a faster route to the airport to block them off.
Copy that. Over and out.
Alright, looks like we've made ground for the most part, but now it's going to get hairy. Brace yourselves. I'm gonna see how this car really operates.
I'll tell you one thing for nothing. You'd give Shane Gisborne a run for his money in supercars with this driving, Brett.
I wouldn't argue that fact.
Praise me later, we're still not in the clear yet. Somebody call Josh and find out how they're holding up in the trunk.
How's it going back there?
Yeah, can we pick this up? Whilst it's not that bumpy or rocky back here, we're running out of barf bags. Someone failed to mention he was car sick no matter where he was sitting.
We're about 5 minutes out, but I've noticed our heat is diminishing a little. I think they're planning to blockade us at the airport, so we're going to need to think of something.
I think I have an idea. There's an automotive sign just off to the runway sector here. I bet they'll be stationing around there since it's the only major access point into the runway without being at the terminal, obviously.
Yeah? And how does that benefit us?
The automotive sign is a ramp up into a sign. I know this sounds risky as hell, but we could use that ramp to vault over them and into the runway.
That's actually crazy enough to work. And here you say you're not worth the $50 million bounty on your head. Jack, get Josh on and tell him and Ray to brace themselves. This could get hairy. Alright, they have to go through here if they want a direct access into the terminal. Upon sight and confirmation, we fire at the tires, and once they stop, we have them. Alright, men, be ready. Move!
God damn it, get in here!
Get out with your hands up! Shit, shit, shit!
See ya, suckers! Outsmarted by a group of fucking teenagers and a business tycoon. The boss is gonna have my ass for this. Yeah, it's me. We failed. I'd hate to be in your shoes to relay this to the big man upstairs. Yeah, you do what you want. We're all fucked in any which case. When Victor hears this, over and out.
Ah, I wondered if I'd hear from you lot. I'm well aware. I watched the whole thing. Clever little bastards. Using a billboard to launch themselves over the blockade. Even I wouldn't have been that daring in my youth. I was expecting you lot to fail the entire time. I didn't make the Kasanji the most wanted criminals on the planet just to put them on the spectacle. These teens are not to be underestimated, but don't consider any raises or promotions anytime soon. Of course, I know their plans. I'm sure we'll be seeing one another very shortly. Just make sure to put that announcement across every airport in every major city of every major country in the world. They will need to land somewhere, and we'll be ready for when that comes. Let them try. It's not like it'll make any difference. Very well. Goodbye. Brett Keenan Evans. A demon trying to become an angel. How amusing. Well, let's see how far you can climb on your wings of wax.
I still can't believe we pulled that off. That was incredible.
Thanks to Brett and his always questionable driving.
Look, I know what you may think, and no, I actually didn't run people over for sport in my Mizari days when I got my license. Not on the idea of trying, at least.
That's what makes it questionable. But I guess in this instance it saved our hides.
Well, actually, it was your sister that came in clutch for us. Using the billboard to leap over the gates was her idea.
Really? Well done, sis. Knew you had it in you.
I always had it in me. I didn't want to be rebellious. Guess now we don't have much of a choice.
Yeah, look, this is great and all. Congrats for the W, brother and Naomi. Blah, blah, blah. Let's address this matter. We're now in a plane flying around aimlessly because there's no doubt that the world government has been informed of our escape and has likely put all major airports in all major cities in all major countries around the world on high alert. Where the fuck are we even going?
We'll worry about that in a minute. More importantly, we're going to need to worry about our current communication issue. There's no doubt in my mind that the world government are going to be tapping our phones and other forms of communication, so I would suggest we ditch them and get some burners. In saying that, your investments, as you call them, you wouldn't by chance be invested in any phone companies, would you?
Naturally, Reiko is one of the leading branches of phone and communication outlets about. Well, it might be. I'd imagine now that all my assets are going to be frozen in light of these circumstances.
So you wouldn't by chance be holding some unsold phones around, would you?
Yeah, actually I should. Have a look over there in that compartment box.
Excellent. Enough for all of us. We'll take the numbers we need off our phones, family, friends, etc., but we'll add, of course, our new numbers to one another. Huh? Oh. Fuck. Was it really that obvious?
What is it?
I might have someone who can lend us a hand. Someone from inside world government's own operations.
Sounds risky. Who is it?
His name is George Plantoon. He's the head honcho of the Humanitarian Care and Development Corps. He was always bent on the idea of opposing Victor and Jeremiah's aspects of leading world government. Said the Corporal Punishment Act was only going to increase the level of degeneracy in the teen range, not diminish it.
Okay, sure. Someone against Victor's current plans. But how can he, himself, help? More importantly, how did you have his number?
During my rehabilitation, or whatever you want to call it, he'd always call in and check on my actual well-being, something I always felt amiss in my rehabilitation. He always talked about how it was his fault that someone like me came to existence, that the failing education system and the incorporation of the Corporal Punishment Act was causing more problems than solutions. He always talked about making a difference one day if he could rally his colleagues into revolting against Victor. But more or less to the point, he was one of the few members there I could actually trust. He listened to me and actually offered me advice for when I got out. In fact, he was the one who suggested I go to West Coast High 19 and join your clan. I wonder if he knew about Lace and I being siblings. In any case, questions for another time. I'll give him a call. It should still be pretty early over there.
Hello, this is George Plantoon. Who is this?
Been a long time, Georgie. How are you going?
Do you realise how much shit you're in right now, Brett? But, for what it's worth, I am happy to hear your voice. You gave me quite a scare there for a moment. How are you and your team doing?
We're alive and safe. For now.
Where are you currently? I saw the broadcast you managed to get on a plane out of France, but where are you currently?
I'd say somewhere over the Atlantic Ocean right now. We don't really have a destination in mind to land, and we can imagine how security is tightening up around the world in response to this. Which is partly why I have called. Are you able to find out what countries right now have the least amount of security in them?
I can tell you know that most major countries across the globe have tightened their security by well over 65%. New Zealand has actually declared a code black, now no longer accepting any landing clearance from any planes. The country is in arms right now with its Prime Minister.
Yeah, I gathered going home was never going to be an option.
Actually, you might get a kick out of this. Australia currently is lagging behind in its security detail. You might be able to actually get in without too much of a hitch. It'd be an almost too obvious place for the world government to seek out initially.
I do have family in Australia, so that would suit us. Where in particular is lagging?
Mainly around the Northern Territory and Central Australian sectors. Alice Springs, I believe it's called.
Great. Thanks, George. Now for the more pressing question at hand. What is the current state of world government in all of this, and your position of all?
Well, you can imagine thanks to that broadcast you managed to leak out about Project Chaos has really put the world government under a microscope in the US. We've had protesters outside claiming hypocrisy across their ideals and plans for the future, and of course, the attempts to quell the flames have been far from effective. Victor is under the wire and as a result is doubling down on his plans to get you lot captured and disposed of, painting you guys as the true masterminds of the entire thing. As for me, it's had no bearings on my work or research whatsoever. Why do you ask?
How'd you like to become the new head of world government and actually do something about this world for real?
I mean, I love nothing more. I value our younger generations and I want to see them raised in a world where their education matters. But I'm just one man, really, in this organization of evil.
Well, you're not alone on that front. We want to help.
Okay. Sure, I can take the help. But what do you actually propose?
I'm thinking we find a way to get to Colorado and we storm world government's headquarters and depose Victor, or at least expose him for the monster he truly is and have him ousted, with you to take the reins in his stead.
Brett, that is honestly a suicide mission. Not that I doubt you and your team's credibility, but honestly, you're talking about the most secure and guarded facility on the entire planet. The best of best agents with the best security detail. This isn't Chrail East High 18, and this certainly isn't the French tournament.
I know, but I'm positive we can handle it.
Alright, I'll do what I can without drawing suspicion. I am guessing this is a burner phone. I will add it under an alias. Got any suggestions?
Go with Candy. That's Candy with an I.
Okay. Weird choice, but I guess I can cop the flack from my wife for it later. I will organize something at least to help you guys get to the States. Security here is at its tightest, but I might have a way or two to get you in. Contact me when you reach Australia. We'll go from there.
Gotcha.
And Brett, I don't think I need to tell you this, but to be sure, be careful.
I will. Peace.
Are you fucking crazy? I mean, sure, this might be able to help us out of this situation, but seriously, you could have at least run it by us first.
Why should he? I think it's a great idea.
Of course you'd say this. Your brother suggested it.
Don't fucking insult me with such bullshit propaganda. We have our own reasons to want to deal with the world government, other than some bullshit politicians' policies. They're the reason why the school's education policies went up the shitter. They're the reason those underground tournaments began to happen. They seized the opportunity to profit off their success and brought them up to the surface. We were used for their monetary gain. They're also the ultimate reason that monsters like Brett, Zyra, and myself exist. They ruined our lives, turned us into demons for their own selfish gains, and then, when we stopped catering to their whims, they threw us under the bus and branded us criminals to avoid their own crimes of taking advantage of people like us. And furthermore, and probably the biggest reason of all,
they're the reason your best friend stabbed you in the back and tried to have you killed.
Yeah.
Mitzi, right. I'm sorry, Lace. I wasn't thinking about that.
The point is, George isn't going to be able to depose Victor. He's on his own in a corrupt organization that is bent on taking advantage of people to attain their goals. We have to stop this, as those who they use to get this far. In any case, I need to make another call.
Hello? Who is this?
Uncle, it's me.
Fucking hell, mate. What the hell happened over in France? Is Lace okay?
I'm fine, Uncle.
Thank the fucking heavens. Jesus, man. The whole world wants you guys. You're aware of this, right?
Yeah, sadly so. That's why I've called. Listen, I've been in touch with an old friend who managed to inform me that Australia's airport security has been very lax, especially in the Northern Territory area. Do you have any mates that would be able to fix us up accommodation without any noise? Or hell, even Alice Springs for that matter?
Well, you'd actually be in luck there. Your cousin Grace recently moved to Alice Springs. I'll contact her after this and see if I can't get her to pick you guys up and bring you to her place to hide out.
Really? What's she doing there?
Well, she decided to take up her old man's profession of being a diesel mechanic, and there was a real good apprenticeship opportunity in Alice Springs, which she took. She's been there a few months now and really hitting it off big.
Alright, great then. It's been about 10 years since I saw her last, so it would be a great little reunion. Alright, is there anywhere in particular we can land in the Northern Territory where we won't pick up any heat?
There's a private landing strip about 10 kilometers north of Darwin. I actually know this guy quite well, so I'll hit him up about allowing you guys to land, and I'll text you a code that will allow you clearance to land. But I'll need to know from you guys how far away you are so he can be there close to the time.
Great, I'll let you get on to that. Thanks, Uncle.
It's what family does. You and Lace are just as important to me as my own flesh and bone. Remember that. And remember what I said. Look after Lace.
I know. I'll see you around. Ray, can you check with the pilot how far off we'd be if we wanted to land on a private airstrip about 10 kilometres north of Darwin, Australia?
From where we are now, it'd be another 4 hours.
Alright, thanks. BKELKE. Of course. Anyway, we have 4 hours before we touch down at Darwin's airstrip. I'd encourage you all to get some sleep. We might not be able to do much of it for a while. Can we talk in the next room?
Yeah.
Wonder if he still feels guilty about the tournament final.
I'm sure he is, but he must know it wasn't his fault.
It's been his nature since he was released from the world government's facility. At least that's what I've noticed. He blames himself for everything. In his eyes, we're in this mess because of his past. And I don't know if he'll ever forgive himself for that, or see otherwise.
I didn't actually expect you to want to chat privately, Lace. Surprised me yet again.
I know what you want to talk about. Forget about it. I'm over it.
How can you just brush it aside like that? I just about killed you. I broke my promise to Uncle and to you. I get I wasn't myself and all that, but...
How about we get to the real meat of the conversation here? The fact that you're acting like a little bitch who thinks all this shit is his fault. Man, you really are a piece of work sometimes. Okay, yes, I am hurt and betrayed a little in the fact that you did try to kill me, but I understood clearly that you weren't yourself, and I knew I had to try and do something to fix that. But you have to man up and understand that the world government is to blame for all this, not you. Or are you still hurting on the idea that you ruined my life because of what I said in the past? Is that it?
I mean, I did, didn't I? My birth caused you to be given up, killing our parents robbed you of your revenge, and my insurrection put a stop to yours. I mean, really. Then after all that, I tried to end your life. I haven't exactly been a beacon of hope in your life, have I?
You exist. You are here. How many fucking times do I have to tell you? Just knowing your family is enough to make all of what you did excusable. You can brood all you want about your past and feel guilty about it, but that won't make you move forward. The only way you will be able to rid yourself of this shit is to go to the world government and kick Victor's ass across his well-pampered office. If he has one. Merely speculating. But you're not doing this alone. You have your team. You have your... What the fuck are you and Zyra anyway?
I mean, she loves me, but I'm not sure I'm ready to love anyone as such.
Screw that noise. Don't let something like that slip from your fingers. She's a good person. She's right for you. And you her. Well, now you are at least. Not so much from what I heard about you in your Mizari days, at least.
I often wonder how she could look past that. I wouldn't be as brave and strong to look at a past, a history like that. But I guess you're right. Maybe keeping someone like Zyra close to me would help.
Anyway, I'm sidetracking the point. You have your team, Zyra, and me at your side. But just remember, I'm the leader, and I call the shots.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Lace. It's actually really cool having a sister that can lecture me with care.
Well, I mean, it's okay to have a brother to lecture and bully around, I guess.
In any case, we should probably get some sleep. We'll be touching down shortly. You don't have to stay in here, I'm just saying...
Fuck! Alright, fine!
Guess I'm still full of adrenaline, huh? Must explain why I'm still so wired. Oh well.
We managed to escape France and are on our way to Alice Springs, Australia to meet with Brett and Lace's cousin, Grace. She seems a bit of a tech whiz and quite full of energy, but of course our next plan of attack seems risky in itself. Next time, the return to Australia. The next phase of the plan begins. I will admit those cars are pretty beastie.